Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of our Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix 100% guide. We are continuing on with the story, and it's time to get Elizabeth back to Port Royal. But of course, sailing on the high seas can be dangerous, and we do get raided by more ghostly pirates, hunting down the medallion. After this very quick fight, we are going to hop on over for a big cutscene, but we are going to be getting through the rest of the Caribbean this episode. So hold on to your horses, because we're about to set sail into another cutscene.
Is it true? You gave Barbosa my name instead of yours. Why choose my name?
I don't know.
Elizabeth, where did you get that?
It's yours. From that day we found you, drifting at sea.
After all this time, I thought I lost it. It was a gift from my father. He sent it to me.
I'm sorry.
Why did you take it?
Because I was afraid that you were a pirate. That would have been awful.
Of course. Don't you see? It wasn't your blood they needed. It was my father's blood. My blood. The blood of a pirate.
How the blazes did you get off that island, Jack?
When you sailed away in my ship and marooned me on that godforsaken spit of land with naught but a pistol and a single shot, you forgot one very important thing, mate. I'm Captain Jack Sparrow.
I won't be making that mistake again.
Then what say you to putting the past behind us, untying these ropes, and letting me negotiate the return of your medallion, eh? What say you to that?
Seeing as how the Black Pearl's mine now, Jack, letting you go doesn't seem to fall within my interest.
Odd. I'm not actually concerned with your interest. Give me back the pearl!
Arr. All right, lock him in the brig.
We're coming up on the interceptor. What do we do, Captain?
What do you think, you idiot?
Will, look!
What now? I wonder what Jack would do.
I'm not sure. I suppose he'd run for it.
Sounds good to me. Wow!
Will!
Everyone hit the deck! We're just gonna have to fight.
Defeat all the pirates while protecting the medallion. And, long story short, I die. But we are going to try that one more time. We're going to skip some scenes and head on back into this delightful area. Once again, trying to fight off these pirates. Are we going to get lucky and get another ether drop? I'm not entirely sure. But that is one, I shouldn't say problem, because it's not really a problem, but with auto limit, when I'm just wanting to accidentally, you know, do a reaction command like the back shuffle, it isn't great when you step slightly outside the range of the reaction command and then all of a sudden, oh, you're in trouble because you're after activating combat and you didn't necessarily want to. But that darn mast is giving it like the tiniest area of shadows. It's so, well, look, it's the aim of the game, you know. They're immune in shadows. It's a whole dealio. But we're just gonna use the lovely skip scene feature, and here we are back at it again. We're going to enter wisdom form to get ourselves not only a boost in our magic skill, because that's one of the things that wisdom form does. We do get a bonus to our damage. We won't be getting any experience because the undead heartless, or the undead pirates, do not count as heartless. So it isn't great. And as you'll notice, once we get hit, we actually drop the medallion, and now it is a matter of getting back the medallion within 1 minute, or we fail the game, and that's that. But we're after literally, not doing too great, guys, being 100% honest. And look, at the end of the day, you know, that's critical mode. Things aren't going to be super easy, but if we do, as I say, focus on what the weakness of this world is, which is all the enemies are super weak to our magic. If we're able to balance our magic, keep it so that we can do massive damage and, you know, pause and impede the pirates, we won't be doing too bad. And what I like about Kingdom Hearts 2 is because Cure consumes all your remaining magic, it does want you to like leave some MP for casting an emergency cure, but also leaves such legitimacy for keeping potions and items on hand. Because I won't lie, in Kingdom Hearts 2, or in Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, because Cure was so powerful in terms of you were able to just spam it with Leaf Bracer to do tons and tons of damage. With this other one in Kingdom Hearts 2 now, there gives legitimacy to keeping potions on hand, because it's like, I actually am better off keeping a potion for a quick item heal, and then I can, you know, by using MP Rage and stuff, get my MP back, do another few blitz of magic. Whereas in Kingdom Hearts 1, all you wanted was ethers, because it's literally like, yeah, I can use ethers, recover my MP, that's all I really need, because an emergency 1 MP cure will get my HP back to full, and I'll have 2 new MP that I didn't have at the start. So avoid the cannon circles, because you will get bounced into the air and drop the medallion. Just keep light on your toes. You wait for your MP, and once you have full MP back, wait for the soldier to be in the moonlight. Try and keep an eye on the medallion as well. You can actually visibly see it on the ship floor. But this really is a game of keep away, and if you do get hit, you do end up dropping the medallion. But thankfully, we finally beat back the pirates.
We beat the pirates!
Well, did you now?
Jack!
Now then, I'll be having back that medallion. Unless it's more important than their lives.
Barbosa! She goes free.
Go ahead, boy, shoot. We can't die.
You can't. But I can. My name is Will Turner. My father was Bootstrap Bill Turner. His blood runs in my veins.
Aye?
On my word, do as I say, or I'll pull this trigger and be lost at Davy Jones' locker.
Name your terms, Mr. Turner.
Release Elizabeth, and Sora, and Donald, and Goofy too.
Anything else?
Leave, now!
Agreed. Leave we shall. But the Heartless stay.
No fair!
Good work, boss. Who knew it'd be this easy? Barbosa, you coward. That's the last time I trust a pirate. The powder kegs are ready, Captain, but I bid you all farewell. What are we gonna do? We're gonna be blown to smithereens. Why struggle, mate? A pirate knows when to surrender. Are you serious, Jack? You're average pirate anyway. First, we've got to see the gunpowder. I'm not about to lose this ship. So now Jack has to be in the party, and the game will not allow us to use summons until this section with Jack is over. We got a nice aerial combo modifier, so let's equip that. And then we did get new ability for Donald, but let's just stay focused. We have to go upstairs. It's tons of explosives, and the Heartless are going to try and attack those explosive kegs to blow up the ship. So let's stop them from doing that. It is such a quick mini game, but if you get waylaid or, like me, end up auto-limiting when you're just wanting to use the reaction command, it can be a smidge annoying. But all you need to do is do a quick triangle reaction command, and you get rid of the barrels, and there's just 5 barrels, so you just have to do that 5 times. The cannons are a bit more of a bother, unfortunately, because they can launch you into the air and interrupt your reaction. But we get a new item slot, so we can hold more potions. That's always a good bonus.
All clear.
That's the second time I've had to watch that man sail away with my ship, but I'll be having her back soon enough.
We make our way back to Ile de Murta to try and rescue Will. You stay with the ship, lass. I'll do no such thing. Will could die in there. Dear William is fine, trust me. I'm not a fool, Jack. Then trust me instead. Sora, Donald and Goofy, please bring Will back safely. As you can see, Ile de Murta has a new little area, and it's another absent silhouette. So we've one in the underworld, one now in this island of death, and we're not at the level where we can challenge it now, but obviously we're doing 100%, so I will be coming back at a point in time where on critical it's a bit more manageable and a bit more easy. There's no time constraint on these aren't missable, so don't be under any pressure to feel like you need to do these absent silhouettes, really hard bosses earlier than needs be. You'll notice as well in the previous few minutes I went in and I gave Donald Thunder. And I suppose this is the first instance in comparison to Kingdom Hearts 1 anyway, and even in Chain of Memories, Donald's magic could tier up the very same as Sora's. It could do Fira, Thundaga, Blizzaga, etc. In Kingdom Hearts 2 and going onward, Donald's magic is just unique to him. So that's why Donald could cast Thunder before Sora unlocked the Thunder spell in Olympus. But the difference is, Donald and his Thunder spell will never become to the level of Thundaga at all. And I think that is a real shame. It kind of stops it being a united journey, collecting and getting spells to empower both Sora and Donald. It's now just for Sora. And I think, yes, it's great that Sora becomes empowered. Feels strong, feels like a hero. But there's no point that Donald and Goofy need to suffer and be less optimized and less powerful and to be disempowered just for Sora's benefit. But regardless, continuing on, we're going to collect those puzzle pieces and we can destroy other areas of the boxes to not only get us more moonlight, but to uncover more puzzle pieces, more treasure chests, etc. So again, just hopping into our puzzles and moving them around just so we can get them all in the right place. And in future episodes, guys, I am going to kind of put the journal section into 2x speed, just because I'm not sure if I'm constantly in it way too much, as you can see here. But I am checking over and saying there's no missing treasure chest. There seems to be 3 more. There's no missing question mark in the middle of that zone. And it's just a handy way to triple check, oh, am I missing anything from the area that I was just in? Because they are literally laid out by zones. And it's kind of the case where going back much later in the game, you won't remember what area of the treasures section is relating to what zone. Whereas at least now we know, okay, these treasure chests, they're new, they're down towards the bottom. This is all the Ile de Mert section, you know? And so if you're keeping an eye on your first go round, there won't be any point of getting confused, I suppose. And what's very different in comparison to Kingdom Hearts 1 is that there's no treasure chest hidden by a movement ability. The only collectibles that are impacted by Sora's movement is the puzzle pieces, and it's actually why they were introduced, because people found there was no reason to come back and re-explore, because you could collect every single treasure chest on your first run through once you've, you know, found every zone in the world. There's no part of the map that is inaccessible based on Sora having those 4 abilities leveled up or not. Which is why, as you can see, our treasure section is not getting a Mickey Mouse stamp, because in some cases Sora has to go to new zones that haven't yet been unlocked in the world map. And the game knows this, so it's like, yes, you haven't gotten to the area where you can collect these chests, so we're not going to show them. So you're not wandering around the areas you have access to thinking you're missing any chests. But we know you haven't collected them all, so we're not going to give you the Mickey symbol. Which is just good game design, I feel, as well. And we're just going to use a quick tent to restore HP and MP. Then hop on in for our final confrontation with Barbosa.
Now, let's be trying this again. The last of the Aztec treasure has been returned. And now, the blood will be repaid to free us from this curse forever. This time for sure.
Ahoy! Treasure, mateys!
Not possible.
Not probable. We were lads and we're pirates.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Sora!
Double Duck!
Goofy, too.
So you want to play pirate? Best save the play acting for the nursery. After them!
No more play acting now.
Thank you, Sora.
Oh, where's Jack?
Jack! Get him!
Huh?
Jack!
You're a fool, Jack Sparrow.
Jack.
Show yourself, Pete! The tide has changed!
See? I told you you'd be needing old Pete.
So Pete has actually summoned a Heartless of Darkness. So it was going to literally absorb all the moonlight and cloak the field in darkness. So what we first have to do is find the Heartless and destroy it. Unfortunately for Barbosa, he has the same weakness as all other undead pirates. But I should also mention, with Jack being an undead pirate and not being able to be swapped out of the party, if Jack dies during this fight, we lose the game.
Cursed power.
So, hopping into Wisdom just to get a quick refill. And then what we can do is we can freeze Barbosa in place and then fire off our magical shots, keeping us safe at a distance. And then with all of our magic spent, we now just have to try and get rid of Barbosa before the ice wears off, and we just whiff. We just miss out on a KO. I missed the reaction command as well. Oh, it's such a pain. And the annoying thing is we have to get a finisher. Magic counts as a finisher, but with no magic we now have to rush in, hit Barbosa until we get that finishing swing. We get a nice combo modifier finishing leap. And now Pete legs it. There's going to be a bunch of cutscenes, and then we'll chat to you once they're all over.
Right. Care to surrender, Barbosa? Well, enough of this then. What say you we call it a draw?
Jack, how many times do I have to tell you?
Laugh while you can, Barbosa.
I feel cold.
What now, Jack?
Whatever I want, now that the pearl is mine again.
That she is. Thank you, Jack.
I didn't want you hitting me again, mate.
Hey, Jack. Good luck.
And remember to be good.
I'm off.
Will!
Good for them.
Uh-huh. Hey, Sora, how come your face is all red?
What? It is not red.
I know who you're thinking about.
You know, for a minute there, I was afraid we were gonna lose Donald to the curse of the treasure.
Yup, me too.
What?
With that world done, we're after unlocking 2 brand new areas. We're just gonna check over Jiminy's journal to make sure everything is hunky-dory. We're not having all the pieces, but some of those need max level high jumps, so I'm not going to worry about the puzzle pieces until we can actually go back and blitz through the worlds and say, right, we've gotten what we need to collect them all. And missions as well, I'm going to wait on that too.